Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Thursday yesterday. Today is Friday, November 18th, 2022, and it is a day D as well as instrumentals day 2. Before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Go ahead and take a seat. I am so happy you're here at school. Guys, we've got a really interesting day today. I'll talk about that later. But just know at this moment, I am thrilled that each and every one of you are here joining me as part of John Beck. Let's go into our lunch menu for today. We have 4 choices as always. Choice 1, one of my personal favorites when I was a kid, French bread pizza, French bread cheese pizza, I should say. Choice 2, yogurt parfait with a snack bag. Choice 3, for kindergarten through 2nd grade, a lunchbox meal with ham. And then for grades 3 through 6, it's a ham sandwich meal. Last but not least, 4th choice, a sun butter sandwich. All right. Hey, guys, we have 3 expectations. You already know what they mean, what they are. Number 1, be respectful to yourself as well as to others. Number 2, show that you're responsible. And number 3, show that you're ready. Now, today, let's talk about being ready. Today is going to be a little bit different, right? And I'm telling you up front that it's going to be a little bit different, just so that we don't throw you off too much. The schedule is going to be a little bit different, and you'll notice that right around 1:05, 1:10, you're gonna find yourself back in your classroom. All the specials are done. All your lunches are done. And this afternoon, what we're going to do is we are going to do a safety evacuation drill. So what does that mean? Okay, so you guys all know what a fire drill is. A fire drill is when you leave the building in case there's a fire. Now, remember, let's focus on this word drill. It's a practice. Is it a real thing? No. Whenever we do a fire drill, it's a drill. It's a practice. It's not the real thing. So I think number 1 is that deep down in your heart, just know that whatever we're doing is supposed to be educational. It's not a real emergency. But it's important to practice these things in case there's a real emergency. Now, today, when it's time for our emergency drill, what I want you guys to do is follow your teacher's directions. We are going to leave the building, and we are also going to make our way onto the road and walk to a church. When you guys get to the church, you will be directed to a place to sit down. Now, why are we doing this? Right, with a fire drill, we know we're practicing for a fire. Well, I'll share this story with you. Mr. Lin used to be a teacher. I used to teach 5th grade. I think some of you guys already know that. And one day when I was a teacher and when I was eating lunch and our 5th grade students were eating lunch, we actually had a bell, an alarm go off. And for some reason, I got a feeling that this wasn't a drill. And luckily, I was able to find my class. And, the kids and the grown-ups, we all did everything we were trained to do with those drills. We had done the practices. We all got out. And it turned out there was a gas leak. So there wasn't a real fire, which I was very thankful for that. But there was a gas leak, which meant it was probably better that we weren't in the building so that the gas company could get in, turn off the gas, get repairmen to go in and fix the pipes. Of course, just like now, it was kind of around winter time or cool autumn time. And even though we were in Virginia, which tends to be warmer, it was a cold day. And before long, standing outside, we were all getting cold. Luckily, we happened to have a church next to our school as well. And so we made our way to the church. And the church was really kind, and they were really nice, and they let us in, and we were able to, find a place to sit and just be warm while, the school was getting fixed. So that's one example of when we might use this evacuation drill. There are many other examples, but that's probably the most likely example, right? And so here's the thing. If we were to do this, we actually don't have a church next to us. We don't have a big building next to us. And if we had a fire drill or any drill where we leave the building, if we had to stand out there a while in this cold, it wouldn't be pleasant. It wouldn't feel good. So today, our practice is not just leaving the building, but still following your teacher's directions and making it over to a church that was kind enough to let us use them if we ever needed them and to use them for a drill and a practice. Okay? So that's what we're going to do today. Now, guys, remember, when we go into another building, we become the guest. And guests have to be respectful, right? If you go visit a friend's house, you want to be respectful of their house, right? If we're going to go visit a church, like we're going to do today, we want to be respectful of the church. So just keep that in mind, guys. So if you happen to be in the sanctuary and you're sitting along the pews and you see hymnals or Bibles or things like that, be respectful. My recommendation is don't use your hands. Put them in your pocket. Don't touch the books. If there are blankets around, don't pick at the blankets. Leave the stuff the way you found it, okay? Now, older kids, if you feel like you need to help move some tables around with an adult, make sure the adult agrees with that, then you can certainly help out and things like that. But guys, I really want to remind you that when we go into the church, it actually does not belong to us. We are the guests. And when we leave, I want that church to not just look nice, but hopefully look even better. Okay, so we got a plan for that. If you're in this on student council, you'll be a big part of that as well. All right, so that is what I wanted to talk about today. We got to practice respect. Certainly when we're a guest in the church. We got to be responsible with our hands and our feet and our mouths because we're going to be crammed pretty tight in the church, and we have to make sure we use our ears to listen to our teachers and the directions. And 3, last but not least, show that you're ready. Okay, ready to practice this. And if things don't go perfect, that's okay. Mr. Lin is learning. Your teachers are learning. We're trying to make the plan an even better plan. We're not going to know how to make a better plan if we don't test it out first. Okay, so you get to join us to do this. And I hope you guys have a little bit of fun with it. But be serious enough to follow directions, walk in a line, and keep your hands to yourself. All right? Guys, if someone hasn't told you this, I want you to hear it from me. I love you. I care about you, and I'm here to encourage you. Guys, it's not just here at school, out there on the drill, in the church, even on weekends. I always love you. I care about you. I'm here to encourage you. Guys, spread the word. Find your teacher. Give them that message. More and more, the grown-ups in your life have been coming to tell me, whether it's your mom or dad or relatives or your teachers, they've been saying, it doesn't get old. We love hearing it from you. Okay? So, hey, guys. Have a great Friday. I can't wait to see you guys around.